2023 is almost here. With 48 matches,
they'll be talking about him all around the world.
Over 46 days,
the stadium has erupted.
The whole of India will come alive in the biggest celebration of cricket the world has ever seen.
Oh, out! What a beauty! He's on absolute fire. Oh, that's another six. That is huge.
But who will play who? And in which city?
And Indian fans on their feet here.
Well, today, the schedule is out.
The energy in this stadium is incomparable when these two nations meet.
And we spoke to Dinesh Karthik.
Team India needs a title, and what better than having a World Cup playing at home?
Ponting.
There's a great rivalry between those two countries going into such a big game in a World Cup.
And Nasser Hussain.
It's such an open tournament. Whoever's there, it will be a massive spectacle.
Who all gave us their thoughts on which games they are most looking forward to.
India one hit away from winning the World Cup for the second time. Dhoni finishes off in style. India lift the World Cup after 28 years. The parties start in the dressing room, and it's an Indian captain who's been absolutely magnificent in the night of the final.
The last time India played in a 50-over World Cup in India, it was MS Dhoni leading the side. And it was a special journey across 2 months, ended up being in India's favour. They played some fabulous cricket. And I really wish that Team India can put up a great show for all the Indian fans, because the last time the World Cup was here, they used all the pressure, all the positive energy that they got and made sure that they got a positive outcome out of it. And I'm sure every Indian fan is dreaming and believing it's going to happen another time after 12 years.
That's his 100. His sixth World Cup 100. What an achievement.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic that the World Cup is going back to India. As you say, I was lucky enough to be able to play 2 World Cups there, a long way apart, but a great destination or country, if you like, to be hosting such a magnificent event. Lots of good memories there. So many new upgraded stadiums as well around India that I'm sure all the fans are going to really enjoy. And I'm sure the players are going to enjoy playing in some of these new venues.
At this point of time, as we speak, across the board, we're going to find pitches which are definitely going to be batting friendly. Maybe at times slightly slow and turning and helping the spinners. We also need to remember it's early part of the winter in India. And hence, some pitches might favour the faster bowlers as well if you play in Dharamshala and those kind of places up north. But more often than not, you'll be finding placid pitches which are great for batting.
Oh, glorious. It really is worth the price of admission.
What a start to the tournament will be. England against New Zealand in Ahmedabad, a repeat of that famous final in 2019 where England won by the barest of margins. It looks a magnificent stadium now, doesn't it, in Ahmedabad. I haven't been to that stadium. I'm really looking forward to. I'm looking forward to these two sides as well. They will be contenders by the end of the tournament.
Big smile. What better? My home city to start one, playing against Australia. There'll be a lot of yellow shirts, but I promise you they wouldn't be supporting Australia. It's going to be India all the way. Yellow is a colour that they have grew to familiar with over a period of time, but this one is going to be a lot more bluer when they play in Chennai.
It'll be a great spectacle. That's one thing I do know. What a great opening game for Australia to be able to play the host nation in a venue like Chennai. The upgrade of the stadium is awesome. You know what you're going to expect with the wicket there. It's probably always going to be a bit on the slower side and probably potentially take a bit of spin, but you know the Australians will have plenty of time to get there and get prepared for that. Conditions-wise, that would favour India, but Australia have got a very proud record of white ball cricket in the subcontinent, so I'm sure they'll go into that game pretty confident as well.
Massive, massive occasion that. Two brilliant sides. India the hosts against Australia. Maybe a bit of payback from the World Test Championship final. These two sides will be there, I reckon, in the knockout stages. A great venue to have two of the biggest names in world cricket.
Ashwin goes over, clears the
I want to talk about one match, India-Pakistan. That's going to be the blockbuster. The last time those two teams met, I was part of Team India in the T20 World Cup, and I don't think I've smiled like that for a week post the game. That was the kind of impact it had. It took a few days to recover, so that is going to be one hell of a game. In the last 6-8 months, Ahmedabad have produced some of the best batting pitches. One man who's going to definitely say yes to that match is Shubman Gill. He has scored 100 literally every time they've walked out to Ahmedabad. He's going to take that pitch, put it in his pocket and travel with that everywhere he goes.
What a magnificent venue that is. What a magnificent part of the world, actually. I loved my time up in Dharamshala during the IPL. In fact, wish we could have stayed there and played a few more games. The wicket was almost like an Australian pitch, to be honest. So, the fact that New Zealand and Australia are playing there, both teams will be well suited to those conditions. They'll understand those conditions well, and they'll play on those conditions. And there's a great rivalry between those two countries going into such a big game in a World Cup.
On the money, he's appeared, he's got it! He's got it! He's got the hat-trick at Lords! Can you believe it? What a finish!
That's going to be a big occasion. England against India in any format is a massive occasion. Lucknow, culturally, I'm going to look forward to it. The food I'm going to look forward to, but most importantly, the cricket. There's a bit of rivalry between England and India over the years. Great venue, two great teams.
India-England at Lucknow is a very interesting destination, and I say that because England likes to tee off. But the one thing that is in Lucknow is the fact that the pitches, if needed, can be really in favour of the spinners and the bigger outfields. So it will bring the Indian spinners into play a lot more. So that tells me that run scoring might not be those big runs, but India can stop the boundaries, try and take those catches at the boundary if they go for those big hits, and that's what they would want to see. It's a good destination to play England in, and that is what they would want in terms of the result, because they're playing them at the back end of the tournament. It could be a very, very critical game, and I really hope India comes out of this one on the positive side.
England in Ahmedabad, over 100,000 in the stadium, you would think. I know that's what the capacity is. I'm sure, for a World Cup, most of the stadiums are going to be full all the time. And, what a magnificent stadium that is. And the wicket there was fantastic and has been really good for a long time. So, Australia will definitely look forward to playing there. Most of the guys from both teams will probably play there at some stage with the IPLs in careers. And, but there should be no excuses or no shocks as far as those conditions are concerned.
It's coming that way from an outstanding in-swinging Yorker. That is brilliant bowling.
Well, obviously that famous final in T20 cricket, England losing, Carlos Brathwaite, remember the name, this time 50 over cricket. Always look to see where Pakistan are playing their game. So England, Pakistan in Kolkata, fantastic stadium. Really is a unbelievable stadium, the way it looks down on the two teams. You never know with mercurial Pakistan. They'll probably have a quiet start and be there or thereabouts at the end, as they often are.
The final at Ahmedabad. Now, we're talking about 100,000 people there, and there are probably more queuing up around the ground. They're all going to come in big numbers and watch that final. It's going to be a great spectacle. We all think Australia have big grounds and big stadiums, but guess what? Ahmedabad competes in many ways, not only with the size, but also with the kind of feel that you get in when you walk into the ground.
Ahmedabad for a final, that's going to be a massive audience, not just worldwide, but obviously in the ground as well. All of India will want India there so they can have their Dhoni moment all over again. It's such an open tournament. England will look to defend. They've been very good in white ball cricket. Whoever's there, it will be a massive spectacle.
India is a formidable force at home, and that's at bilaterals. Whether they can take that form forward in a multi-nation tournament and an ICC tournament is going to be the big case study here. And I really wish they do, because Team India needs a title, and what better than having a World Cup playing at home.
So there you have it. Just some of the mouth-watering clashes our experts are looking forward to ahead of this World Cup. It all begins on the 5th of October in Ahmedabad. and we cannot wait to have you join us.